everyone. My name is Ronald. I'm SVP of Strategy for a company called Intellabridge. We're a publicly traded company, actually, rare in the crypto world. And we offer 10% stable interest to users with a simple ACH bank wire over and with Gmail and Facebook login. And we give people debit cards to spend against. So they don't even have to know that they're using Luna or Ethereum or Bitcoin. We're giving them stable interest in cash. And as a publicly traded company, my goal is to not say anything today that will get me to jail.
I'm Crypto Jordan. And from Tsunami Protocol. We are a storage solution on steroids and featuring dynamic NFTs.
Hi, I'm Wolf from Orion Money. So at Orion Money, we provide the best place for stablecoin holders to earn high yield. So we provide currently up to 15% APY. Use your stablecoins to pay with them. Then debit cards coming also next year. And essentially, we want to make the best place for the stablecoins. We get all the yield from Terra, but we bring it to you on any other blockchains. So we're already on Ethereum, BSC, launching on Polygon this week.
I'm Bruce from Apollo DAO. We're a yield management and auto-compounding platform currently on Terra. We've just recently launched, and we're focused on both building tools to manage our own treasury, as well as releasing these tools to the public, earning rewards on these tools, and also building new tools and tooling for DAOs on Terra.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining, guys. Real quick, so Halborn, we're a cybersecurity company, hyper-focused on all offensive security. We are the official security advisors of Terra and several other layer 1s and the DeFi Lego blocks being built on them. And yeah, I mean, let's just get it started. I mean, it's been a crazy trajectory for this particular protocol that the panel is all about today, which is Terra. Why Terra? Let's start there. I mean, there's 1,000,001 different protocols. Understanding, of course, that many of us are building on multiple chains, but I've confirmed with all of you ahead of time that yes, you're building corely on Terra. So yeah, tell us a little bit about it.
So what I love about Terra is that if you look at all these other blockchains, they like to talk about, TPS or sharding or, validator decentralization, all these technical terms that is really hard for anyone to analyze. And I'm a Wharton MBA graduate, former telecom venture capitalist, and honestly, I don't even understand any of this stuff. So, it's hard to really see what separates one from the other. But Terra is so simple and it is so elegant in that it is a decentralized stablecoin that provides a stable interest through the Anchor protocol to people. The more UST in the world that is created, the higher the price of Luna. It's the simplest investment thesis, and it's the simplest value proposition for everyday users. It's bringing crypto to the real world user who doesn't even know they're using cryptocurrency, who just knows that when they're using our product, they get 10% stable interest on cash. That if a nonprofit receives a donation, they're not receiving like 140 Luna, they're receiving 50,000 US dollars. And that for any other application, you can take something that is abstract in crypto and transform it to something that everyone understands. And that is what unlocks crypto for the next 100 million people.
Yeah. Well said.
Very well said, Cashron. Why Terra? For us, I like to compare Terra to a green field. It's very early. A lot of chains are being talked about, like Solana, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, even Polkadot, Parachains, and Kusama. But I don't really hear Terra talked about too much outside of the Terra community. And I think we're really early. I think NFTs have only been, I'm not sure, maybe a month or two old, maybe less than that. And I think being built upon Cosmos SDK, and now they're live on Cosmos IBC, there's opportunities for interoperability built in-house with Secret Network, with Juno, and with all the other Cosmos IBC projects. And then you have Astar and Cheetah, building the bridge between Cosmos IBC projects and Polkadot. So I see opportunities for interoperability. The UST stablecoin is already on other chains like Avalanche, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain. You see M assets on Binance Smart Chain. It's just a far-reaching ecosystem. They decided to expand out first, and now it's almost like a layer 1 by accident. So I'm really excited to see the growth and development of the whole ecosystem and all of these awesome projects that are building, especially the ones here on stage, but also the ones that are not here on stage. So really excited to see where Terra is going to go from here.
What about yourself?
Yeah, so I think we have, at Orion Money, we have two perspectives on this. First one from developer side. So we started Orion Money in April this year. We participated in the first Terra hackathon, and we won the first place there in the competition. But when we looked and were deciding where to build Orion Money, like we look at the Terra, and there are many blockchains out there. Terra has fast transactions, it's only 6 seconds, low gas fees, the language Rust, it's okay. Many developers know it. You can hire for that developer, for that language developers. But what attracted us was a very engaged, passionate community, which really was promoting Terra from the ground up. Like, Terra doesn't do any marketing. And maybe some people are saying this is a downside, but we think that when community promotes some blockchain, this is perceived much better in the industry by everybody, by investors, by users, and so on. So community really attracted us. Also, the Terra projects, they don't just copy what's already was done on Ethereum, on Binance Smart Chain, and so on. They create products from the start. And I think this is the big success of TFL, Terraform Labs, and Doc One himself, that they started initial products, Mirror and Anchor, and they created them to leverage the best capabilities of Terra and build it from the ground up. And basically, all of the projects now on Terra, they are quite unique. So this gave us a bit of insight for Orion Money. And just one comparison. In April, when we started, there were only 2 main products on Terra, Mirror and Anchor. And we participated in the hackathon, which was very successful. Like, over 30 projects came out of the hackathon. So now, fast forward like 6-7 months from April, there are over 150 projects actively building on Terra that will be released in the next 1, 2, 3, 6 months. And that just speed and that amount of projects is just amazing.
Yeah, so I think for us, what really initially attracted us was the decentralized stablecoin. It was something pretty unique at that time, and I think there's a lot of problems with USDC, USDT that are maybe overlooked sometimes, so I think that's what really initially attracted us to Terra. But I think once we're there, you then see the community, you see the amount of projects that are building there, and it really has a community feel and community ecosystem to it, where a lot of the projects want to build together. They're not looking to compete with each other, they're looking to integrate. A lot of this stuff has to be built from scratch, as it's in Rust and it can't be forked from other chains, but it means that there's a lot of dev time invested in that. So that's kind of the most precious resource. So we're looking to kind of work with the different projects, and everyone's very open to kind of how can we collaborate and how can we work together, how can we combine to create one joint ecosystem for all the needs of people. And I think we're already getting kind of some of the real core primitives. So we've got kind of savings, we've got stock investing. We're now kind of bringing automation to that as well through Apollo DAO. And we're now starting to see a lot of the more innovative projects that are kind of on Ethereum only at the moment, or some of the other chains are now coming to Terra as well. So I think we've got a very solid base, and that's kind of only going to grow from here. So yeah.
Awesome. I think from my end, it was a solid founder that had a very clear, specific vision. Like, I totally agree with what you were saying too. Like, it's a very clear vision. Non-sovereign digital money that happens to be pegged to a US dollar, so like the UST. And so when we're talking about non-sovereign, decentralized sort of DeFi Lego blocks now being built. So you have the underlying layer 1, you have UST, and then you have additional Lego blocks that have been built, starting with Anchor Protocol, And so what I find interesting is that not only what I understand is that not only are you utilizing the layer 1, but you have teams now building and utilizing several of the application layers on top of it, plugging into the additional application layers. So for those not familiar, you have Anchor Protocol, which is summarized as sort of the savings account of Terra. So I think 19, 20% APY consistently, just throwing UST in there. And then you have Mirror Protocol, which is essentially kind of like what they would refer to as stock trading, obviously synthetic versions of this, right? So what are your thoughts on actually utilizing these additional Lego blocks? And then over the next, as you were saying, just in, call it 6 months, there's now 150 plus projects now building on this. We're also advisors to Mars and Astroport. So Mars, you have this whole lending protocol launching too. So what are your thoughts on what you're building and sort of the interoperability here? Because you're, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe all of you are actually utilizing Anchor Protocol as well, right? So let's talk about that. So how are you utilizing Anchor, and how do you foresee using the other Lego blocks associated with that?
First, I want to say shout out to TFL. They have some of the most amazing engineers making some of the most amazing products out there. And with the fact that they build on it, and all Cash does is we look at that, we say, I want that, let's absorb it. I want that, let's absorb that. And we can take bits and pieces of it and make it normie friendly with Gmail and Facebook login. We provide customer support, so you can call someone on the phone if you have a problem with something. Because if we want to make a platform for your mother, we need to do things that they're comfortable with and that they understand of the world. Creating a point reward system like a hotel or airline reward system on top of that. But all this is only possible because of the Anchor Protocol, because of Mirror Protocol, because of Nebula, which is coming out, which is crypto indexes. There are so many amazing things that they build in a world where I'm not a maximalist. I believe Ethereum is a dominant chain. But even in a world where that's going to happen, you're going to see niches of other layer 1s that arise that are really, really good at one thing. And Terra is really, really good at finance. It was built from finance in day 1 with a stable coin. All the pieces interact together and affects the price of a Luna token directly. And because of that, Anchor and UST is the only stable coin in the world with a fan base. Where's the USDC fan base? Where's the Tether groupies out there? You only see that for UST and lunatics over here. Hell yeah, represent, represent. And the fact that we're building on it, I am so thankful for TFL to exist because they enable us, everyone on this stage, to help change the world.
So tell us a little bit about what you're building within Anchor and Mirror as well, because you were mentioning to me as well that you have an NFT side of this too. So.
Yeah, well, it's a DeFi panel, so I won't touch too much on the NFT side of things. But on the financial side of things, our aim is to put a storage solution on steroids. So we want to take Filecoin, Skynet, all the other storage solutions out there, and power them up with Anchor Protocol. So right now on Solana, for example, you have Candy Machine from Metaplex, and Solana NFTs are popping off. And they're all using Arweave. Because of this is helping Arweave do really well. That's awesome, but is that really decentralized when we're only using one storage solution? So our vision is to take all the different types of storage solutions out there and power them up with Anchor Protocol, basically storage, decentralized storage on steroids. Not only that, but given the natural thesis of Terra, with the decentralized stablecoin of UST, there's almost like an unwritten thesis of having a really strong and friendly user experience to where people can use these products simply. Like, they're the most, like, if you download a Terra Station wallet, get onto Anchor Protocol, get onto all the different dApps that they're building out there, it's some of the most cleanest UI and UXs that I've seen. And so for that, that's one of the reasons why we wanted to choose Terra as a layer 1 to build upon. But with Anchor's 20% savings, there's a lot of DeFi composability, and powering up storage is just one of them. And Vol from Orion Money, he can tell you all the different ways, all the different ways that he's taking Anchor savings onto other chains. But
awesome, please.
So first of all, I think really great points you brought up that often gets overlooked. It's that UST is the largest and probably the strongest decentralized algorithmic stablecoin. So let's say, guys in the audience, who of you have stablecoins? Who holds stablecoins? Everybody or almost everybody. Like stable coins are the backbone of crypto industry. Why? Because they hold the value. The value is stable. But their market cap of together, like all stable coins, is close to 140 billion right now. And UST, I think it's like over 7 billion with the recent growth. So if you're holding USDT, USDC, how would you feel if Tether or Circle just freeze your stable coins in your wallet? You have money, and they press the button, and you don't have it. It's frozen. So nobody would feel very good about this, right? So this is, I think, something that gets often overlooked. And Doc One very good said that DeFi, decentralized finance, needs to be built on decentralized stablecoin. Because you have, like, let's say you have your stable coins in Aave, in Compound, in other protocols, but if somebody, either like centralized parties, Tether, Circle, or governments, they can freeze those stable coins. You don't have them. If somebody has control over your money, it's not a big point of crypto. There is no point in that. So this is essentially why UST became like the backbone, basically the foundation of Terra. And everything else, what Anchor is doing, what Mirror is doing, what all of us are doing here, we're actually adding more value on top of that decentralized stable coin that can't be frozen, that can't be stopped, that you can't lose unless you decide to lose it. So this is, you need to have control over your money, and your money are stable coins in our online age. So I think this is a big point. As for Anchor, I probably could speak like for another half an hour about that, because the Anchor is the main yield source for Orion Money right now. Basically, what we do, we make it easier for users on any blockchain and with any stable coins to get Anchor yield. And for users, they just go to orion.money, and with 3 clicks, you can deposit any major stable coins and start earning Anchor yield on Ethereum, on BSC, soon on Polygon, and on other blockchains. Essentially what we do, and this is the first step, of course, for us. We'll be doing more, but this first step is actually exporting Anchor or democratizing Anchor to everybody, to the mass market on other blockchains, to every retail user. They don't need to bridge to Terra. They don't need to go there if they don't want to. I wish they would, because there are many other benefits. But if you want just to get 15, 20% yield, just 3 clicks, and you get the yield from us.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think for us, Anchor's really a key treasury management tool. The ability to be able to hold stable coins and automatically be able to earn a 20% interest on them is pretty much invaluable. And you look around the world and you look at any other kind of opportunities that's just not available anywhere. Not only is it as high as 20%, it's also so stable you can start making predictions of it. You can hold money in your treasury and you can pay your developers if you have a certain amount and there's going to be X amount coming in. So I think that shouldn't really be underestimated. I think in crypto we are a little bit spoiled in terms of yields. Everyone's chasing after 8,000, 1,000,000% APY, but I think quite often that solid 20% is more valuable, and you can gain more value from that. So I think it really helps give us a good balance, and I think a lot of stuff's being built on Anchor, or we're more built on Mirror at the moment as well, but that's only the first wave. When we all started building, they were the only two protocols that were out, and I think within the next 6-8 months in the same sort of timescale, we're now going to start seeing stuff building on top of the things that have just been released, and people are going to have new ideas of how to combine them, like new aggregators and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's just a start, and I think there's a whole new wave of innovation coming to Terra.
Yes. This is all super exciting. And the topic today is actually building. And so really curious, we're on stage with people that are building currently in the Terra ecosystem. So for anyone else that's listening that wants to build, what advice do you have for them?
I love this about the Terra community. I absolutely love it. And I tell this to people all the time, is that the growth of UST leads into the growth of Luna's price. Because of that, every single startup on the Terra ecosystem is financially incentivized for every other startup to be successful. We are all collaboratively working together. I used to be head of marketing at Amun's part of 21 Shares, as a major $22 billion crypto ETF company based in Europe. And I've worked with top 20 protocols. Without naming names, I can tell you a lot of layer ones, they do not play with each other well in their different tokens. Some of them don't even want to invest in their ecosystem tokens. But in Terra, Do Kwon invests in like everyone, right? And every Terra startup in the Telegram chat, I see it every single day, giving legal support, giving developer support, giving mentorship and emotional support. We're all collectively working together. And for all the Star Trek fans, I like to say it's like the Borg collective, right? And that's what makes it so fun to be working together, because we're all a family. We're all like one collective startup. And we all just want to see UST democratize stablecoins and open it up to the whole world, because it makes no sense that all of us sit here in a crypto conference promoting decentralization, yet the primary stablecoins, which is the water and the fluid that runs everything, is by centralized stablecoins, right? So UST will change this picture, and us on this stage, we will be the ones that will truly completely unlock the decentralized nature of the world in the next 10 years.
I agree with Cash. Well said, well said. I really agree with that, Cash Ron. When you build DeFi, or pretty much anything Web3, NFT, DeFi on a decentralized stablecoin backbone, you're truly building a decentralized ecosystem for everyone to use and thrive upon. If you don't have these decentralized stablecoins and you're using USDC and USDT, is it really a decentralized product? Decentralization is a spectrum, so some may argue, the protocol may have aspects of decentralization, but if you use UST, you're using a fully decentralized stablecoin that's for the people and for the community. So my advice to any builders is, or if you're looking to ever build, enter hackathons, enter into incubators, and be persistent and engage in partnerships, because as Cash Ron was saying, there's a lot of collaboration within the ecosystem, maybe not just in Terra, but in other ecosystems as well. It's just, you have to get out there and talk and network and work with other projects, work with other protocols, and see how you can best integrate with other people. As if you're trying to build out a certain aspect of your protocol or your project, is there another protocol that already has that built out, and can you just partner up with them?
Yes, some great points. So I'll try maybe to summarize. Like, building on UST is basically like putting your house on the solid foundation, because you know that foundation will be there in 2, 3, 5, probably even 10, 100 years. Hopefully, goes interstellar and in space. So if you are building already, doesn't matter which blockchain, Ethereum, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain, try to leverage UST. Well, not a proper leverage, but try to use UST in your product, because this is reliable stable coin that can't be frozen, can't be stopped. If you're not building any projects yet and would love to, and you're a developer, definitely go on Terra. You can read documentation and maybe watch out for the announcements from the hackathon, or just start talking with people in Telegram. Even if there is no hackathon, you can ask people on Telegram who are in Terra, and they will help you either to connect with projects, and there are like already over 150 projects built in, and they all need developers, so you can join them, or you can connect with some other people that you can start your own projects, and you can build it on Terra. Hackathons, I definitely would recommend to try them. For us, it really helped us to jumpstart Orion money. So we had the team already, we had a couple developers experience in the previous tech startup, but we were kind of pondering ideas and brainstorming, and it probably would taken us another couple months just to start building. But when we enrolled in hackathon and we had to build something within 2 days, like 48 hours, our developers started to code, and we built it. We built the MVP product within 48 hours, and we put it out there for people to use and try it. So definitely, if you see hackathon announcements on Terra, just join, read. Even if you're not a developer, still join. Projects need like marketing people, community management. It's incredibly important. In Orion Money, we have over 20 admins in our telegrams. We have 50,000+ people in our telegrams, including 15 regional telegrams. They all volunteers, and they all came to us and they said, I bought Orion Money, I invested, I would love to help you guys to grow. I would like to help you on Telegram with community. And they do an amazing job. So definitely, there are many opportunities. Just go on Telegram, speak with lunatics. That's a name for us on Terra. And yeah, and I'm sure you will find opportunity that works for you. We have Discord as well. Well, Terra has Discord first, and we have Discord in Orion Money as well. Yeah, Telegram still works, more people there, but Discord too. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I think from my perspective, it's just get involved. And I think you said it very well. It's not just developers, anyone with skills and interests and time that wants to get involved. I think there's so many places that you can reach out to, and you don't need to be officially working anywhere. There's just DAOs you can join. You can kind of show off your skills, and either you're going to make contacts, you're going to make friends that you can then leverage in other ways, or you're going to get kind of brought on into that project, or you're just going to kind of find out more about what you can do, what you can bring to projects. So I think every time you get involved in a project, you're always going to be better off for having done that. And yeah, there's so many opportunities. The space is always growing at such a fast speed that even if you're new to the space now, within 6 months you'll be well, you're 6 months ahead of everyone else. Like even now, if you've been in the space a couple of years, you're considered a veteran of the space. So I think it's nice that you've not got to compete against people that have been in here for years. You can just get involved. You can learn about the ecosystem, and I think if you find your niche and you find what you're good at, it really helps, and then bring that value to the project. I think opposite to kind of jobs in the traditional world, you don't get the job first. You bring the value first, you deliver to the project, you show them what you can do, and you bring kind of ideas and stuff to the table around what you could do and what you could bring, and they'd be foolish not to bring you on. So yeah, I think there's lots of opportunities, and there's only going to be more in the future.
Awesome. Well, I wouldn't be doing my job here if I also suggested that as you're bidding, make sure that you also get a proper audit, and there are a lot of great auditors out there in the space. A lot of us have very large queues. If it's too late and you need to get something out there, which I do not recommend pushing live into production, as many do, Terra has a fantastic community of developers. Ask fellow devs to code review, please. Going live, testing in production. There's this concept in security which is security through obscurity. So Terra is a new protocol. We haven't seen any major situations yet, but as this ecosystem evolves, we're actually working to create security standards along with them. So please get out there, build in Terra, do it securely, do it well. And yeah, I want to thank my panel. Thanks to you all for coming, and thanks for listening. That's it for us. Cheers, guys.
Nothing here is
Thanks.
financial advice.